Shalom Chavrim, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Friends, we've been working in the background, searching through Russian media, Russian language media there, trying to find out exactly what has gone on with the failed coup in Turkey. Now, Erdogan has already early on, even the very night of the coup, blamed the United States, even speaking about the mastermind, a religious cleric there that the United States was harboring to be the mastermind behind this failed coup attempt. Now, I'm also looking at the links behind all of this. Was it the fact that the United States was trying to topple Erdogan because of not going along with the Third Temple or the building of the Third Temple? Is there some kind of link there? Now, we're still looking on that, but we have found early on in Russian media, the Russian language media, that yes, there is a possibility that Russia was involved in an intervention to prevent the United States coup against President Erdogan. One of the reasons why we see suddenly after this coup, he is even more ready to speak to President Putin and bring about a stronger tie with Russia. But at the same time, a sister, just call her by her first name, Stephanie, sent me a news report. She sent me several, but on this one, she sent to me, had the interview with President Barack Obama with CNN and Farah Sarid on there. Now, what's interesting, or excuse me, not Fareed Zakaria, I'll get another name mixed up in my mind there. At any rate, though, in this interview, I was not able to load the one that she sent to me on this computer. This computer wouldn't allow me to load the link, so I found the actual link itself. In here, President Obama indirectly is admitting to the United States involvement of the toppling of the Ukrainian government. As he says, Putin was caught off guard by the protests, but they helped reestablish a new government. Well, Putin's already said the United States was the one involved in toppling Ukraine. And also, if we see this is happening with Turkey, what is the reason behind all of this? Is it because the presidents that are these particular nations, such as Erdogan and, of course, the former president of Ukraine, are not willing to go along with NATO's plans? Well, I can believe that to be so. Now, we do know Erdogan, though, is very much like a dictator the way he's been going, so there is a lot of discontent in the nation with him. But nonetheless, it only goes to show that the Obama administration has had its hands in a lot of cookie jars that it shouldn't have it in. Let's take a look at what this particular statement that the President of the United States makes about their own involvement in Ukraine.
With assistance from us. And since Mr. Putin made this decision around Crimea and Ukraine, not because of some grand strategy, but essentially because he was caught off balance by the protests in the Maidan and Yanukovych then fleeing after we had brokered a deal to transition power in Ukraine. Since that time, this improvisation that he's been doing.
Did you notice his statement there? Of course, Yanukovych, he says, fleeing, and we broker the transition of power. The only reason he flees is because he didn't do the crackdown to stop this incitement that the CIA was already doing to topple his government in the first place. And as he even acknowledges, it was not a grand strategy on Putin's part to go into the eastern Ukraine nor Crimea, but it was because of this protest that threw him off balance. President Barack Obama indirectly has admitted to the coup of Ukraine. So there's a lot of evidence that's stacked up against the Obama administration that, yes, they may very well have been involved in also a failed coup attempt in Turkey. As we know, Russia has a surveillance nonstop here for the last few months now that the President Putin has ordered up in the air that has been doing all types of surveillance, getting intelligence in the Arabic languages of Turkey, the United States, Syria, in this area here. And it's believed by some Russian sources that that is exactly how they knew that this was coming down. We'll be digging more into this for you I'm Stephen Benoon. You're watching Israeli News Live. Shalom.